My name is Terry, and with my partner Ash, mum Tracy, dad Tony, and nephew Jonathan, we are leaving our hometown of Middlesbrough for a new life in France. To restore this beautiful 18th century castle. From living in caravans during winter, to tackling years of neglect, keeping her dry, discovering more about its past, and bringing it back to its former glory. Not forgetting Louis, Sasha, and Patrick. This is Château de Lalacelle. So I'm just here on the third floor in the Chateau. This is where man and Ash's apartment are going to be, and I'm just in what will be obviously our bathroom at some point. We're starting on some of the works to get some of the plumbing up here, so we need to get the bits emptied out that are in here. There's a couple of cupboards that are built into each side of the window, a little sink and that in here. So we're going to get all emptied out so we can look at obviously the placement for the bath, the sink and the toilet and stuff like that. So first of all, obviously we'll get cracking with getting the sink out, and then obviously we'll get these cupboards out. So while removing the sink in what's going to be our bathroom on the third floor, obviously they've painted around where the sink unit was, but obviously we found an even older wallpaper behind the unit, which is fantastic. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of that off and try and save it. But like I said, it's beautiful, the colours are still nice and bright, and it's even got like a little trim right there around the bottom where the skirting boards are. So it's lovely, another great find. So while I'm just taking this bit of wall down, I'd started taking a little bit off the window, underneath the window ledge, because it was a bit loose. And it's literally all just come apart, and then you can see how the window ledge is propped up. But as you can see, like, this is literally all just crumbling apart, and then you can see all of the rubble that they've just left underneath. And then two little supports, which, if you look in, look like they're off old window brackets, just supporting the top of the window ledge there. So I think we'll take that out and fix it in properly, because I don't want to be sitting on the windowsill going in the future and falling through. The amount of times I have been sat on it though, while I've been painting the windows, and even climbing out of it, actually going on the scaffolding. I'm so surprised that it's not give way before now. But yeah, but it's funny what you find while you're working away up here. So the next bathroom we want to is the one that we call the Pink Suite. It's on the east side of the chateau. Now we're just going to have to get everything emptied out of here, get it all cleaned up, and then we can have a little look about layout, how we're going to set it out, and then look at getting the plumbing, water feeds up here, and the waste down. So now the next job is just to get all these tiles off and get the bath out, and then that's the last bit in here. Oh, that's that done. So while cleaning up all of the rubble from around the bath, found a little discovery underneath. I don't know how the hell it's got there, but it's the remains of a little bird. So, strange, still no treasure, but hey ho. Well, that's the last of the tidying up done. This back bit down. Nice to see this panel in. Yeah,
doesn't it? There's no colour on that, is there?
You can see like the blue.
It's just more of a wash though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the...
It's lovely. That'll be behind here as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Put all this down, see it on. They'll add a couple of foot onto the room anyway.
I know.
Size of the board.
I know.
Size of the board. There you go. Just down. Well, that's the last of the cleaning up done here in the bathroom. Obviously after I've got all of the tiles and this plaster panelling, whatever it was, which was about 2-3 inches thick, it was a nightmare. It's obviously revealed all of the original panelling around here, and I quite like the colour. It's like a sort of like an olive, sort of pistachio colour, and it's lovely with the big windows. Obviously it gives like a lovely feeling looking out on all of the greenery and the garden behind us. So I think it would be nice to try and get a colour quite similar to this for when we redecorate the bathroom and get everything in here. So the next job is to get this absolutely ton of a bath, which is solid cast iron, out the door and down the spiral staircase. So not an easy job, but we need it out of the way. Crazy how it just like crumbles, isn't it?
It's a bit cake, isn't it?
one of the good things is getting these boards up is that each of them are coming up with the tongue and groove still intact. So when we get the new floor down and the plumbing in for the bathroom, we're going to try and save what bits of this wood we can. There's a little walkway at the end there, just so it flows with the rest of the parquet flooring throughout the chateau. So quite a few of it is still decent. There's no signs of woodworm, but we'll treat them all anyway before we put them back down, just to make sure. So last few to get up, and then just to clean all this rubble out. So let's crack on. So the next job that we're on with now I've got all the floor up, is to remove all of this rubble that's been used obviously as insulation and soundproofing before, but as you can see there's quite a lot of it underneath here. So get all this out, get all cleaned up, and then at least we can look at the beams and see which ones of those we'll need replacing before we start getting some of the waste pipes and stuff like that, which are going to be in for obviously the toilet, the bath and the sink. So yeah, so another dirty job, but we'll crack on with it now. Because it's quite dusty, I'll put a mask on. Oh. It's breaking up quite easy as well. So the next bathroom that we've got to get sorted is on the middle floor, and it's not really a room as such at the moment. It's the only toilet that we've actually got in the chateau, and it's down in this little cupboard space at the end here. So what we're going to do obviously is create another room and make it a bit more obviously grand as a bathroom. We're going to take this wall down, which is just a false wall anyway, and bring it all the way in line with this pillar here. Bring it in line with there to create a nice large bathroom, and then take the old toilet out and get sink going there, because it's not really a nice one, it's just a cheap bog standard toilet to be honest. So we'll get started. I'm trying to get this wall down, and hopefully it comes down quite easily.
It's not
They've used that map all
Yeah.
over and everything.
everything.
Yeah. But they haven't even used a lot of it.
Well, it hasn't done anything, has it?
No.
It's not done anything at all. There's just nothing holding it in at all. There's nothing
Even the
strapped to the
paneling.
walls.
That's the last bit of the wall down. As you can see, obviously it come down remarkably easily, which is quite scary, considering obviously we have been using a toilet next door. So one big slam and it probably would have came down. So good job that it's all down now. So just on the inside of the panelled room at the minute where the toilet is, got all the panelling down, and obviously we're just removing the panels above the door here. Obviously you'd normally expect it just to be wood, but for some reason they've bricked all this in as well, and there's no support, there's no like lintel or anything like that, it's just the bricks just on top of the door frame. So luckily obviously we're getting all this down and we can get sorted properly. But yeah, but it's a bit crazy. So we've got all the panelling out on the front and where the toilet was. Just left with literally just the frame where the door was now. We'll get that out and then it's all sorted. Just tidying up all the mess really. But it's a good job done, and then at least we can start getting the door in place for over here as well. So be good. So the next floor to take up is this one on the west side of the chateau. It's what's going to be a bathroom. So we've took the wall down, and obviously once we've got all the floor plan, we'll put the wall pretty much where I'm sat here. We'll put the false wall back up to create a nice big bathroom for what will be this suite on the west side. But we need to take all the floor up so we can start getting the plumbing down. We've started to get the waste in already, but we just need to get obviously the waste for the sink and for the bath in as well. So we'll get half of this parquet floor up and then see what we've got underneath it. Afterwards we're going to be tiling the whole bathroom anyway, and we'll save the wood, see if we need it anywhere else in the chateau. Luckily it's all coming up intact, so hopefully we can try and use it somewhere else as well, which will be good. So I'm just getting the last couple of the boards up for this part of the floor, which will be a bathroom. Obviously still no treasure yet that we've uncovered, but another thing that we found is another snake skin. This is the third one that we found while we've been obviously doing the work on the chateau. Found one on the very top dormer window when we were painting that. We found one just in like the actual window, like the dormer window itself, when we were taking the inside of that out. And then this is the third one that we found under the floor here in what will be the bathroom. So it's quite a decent size. I think that's about half of it. So hopefully the snake's gone elsewhere now we've made all this noise. I don't fancy a snake roaming around the chateau. Yeah, a couple of last ones to get up and then we're done here, which is good. So that's all of the floor up now in what's going to be obviously the bathroom for this west side suite. Obviously it all came up really easy, which was fantastic. So we can reuse in probably the pink bathroom because we need a bit of wood in there because all of the flooring was completely rotted in there. So it'd be nice to keep the same wood and use it in there. We'll probably give it a bit of woodworm treatment anyway just to make sure. But all of the actual joists on this part as well all look really good. To be honest, I think there's only one where obviously the glass was broken in the window. That's a bit rotted, so we'll take that out and replace that. But the rest of them look fantastic. And luckily, where we're just up to taking the floor up, at some point they've replaced obviously all of the beams with steel. So we've got nice steel running right the way through this part of the chateau. So fantastic news. So next job is to get the fake wall up and get the boarding back up so we can actually create a room in here and obviously get the rest of the plumbing in. Yeah, it's looking good. So I'm just up here on the third floor of the chateau. Now I've got the other two floors up on for the bathrooms downstairs. It's next to do the bathroom for me and Ash up here. So I've just quickly started. I've got one of the boards up because we're wanting to save this floor as well. So one of the boards is already up. I was just working our way along to get the rest of them up bit by bit. Hopefully it'll come up as easy as what it did in the bathrooms downstairs, and then we can save it and get it back down, which would be good. But yeah, I'll crack on and show you a bit as I go. Luckily, taking this floor up on the third floor, what's going to be our bathroom, is coming up really easy, which is fantastic. And there's no breaks with it at all. So thank God, obviously, we can get it all up, get all the plumbing underneath, and then put it all back. And hopefully, you'll never know that we had it up, which is the main concern for me, because the floor runs throughout the third floor. It'd be awful to bring it all up and then sort of have a break and something different for the bathroom. So it'd be nice if we can just keep it all the same right the way through. But you can see obviously what I've got up already here. And the board's literally just coming straight up, which is good. And then all I'm doing, so I know where each of the boards come from, is just writing the number on the back of them in the order that I took them up. And then carrying them through, we're just storing them in what will be eventually our kitchen. So yeah, so got a few of them already down here, so it'll be good. So just getting towards the end of the last couple of boards that I'm going to have to lift for what will be our bathroom here on the third floor now. They've all came up fantastic, so all intact as well, which is good. But while I've been lifting them up, it's good in a couple of different ways. One, because we've discovered that up here on the third floor, 2 big steels have been added at some point. Now, a new one had been added on the middle floor, but we thought it was only the one that had been added. So while we've been taking up the floor, luckily we've discovered that there's 2 more that's being fitted up here, which obviously is fantastic news for the structure of the building, so we've got nothing to worry about. Another thing, while we're getting it up, we'll be able to get loads of insulation down as well, so it'll help with the heat and the sound as well. So yeah, so it's win-win at the moment with it all. Hopefully it'll go down as good as it came up. But while I'm working up here, you can hear a bit of noise outside with Ash. So we'll go and have a quick look, see what's going on down there. I'm sure he's in the walled garden, making a bit of noise, same as usual. So I'll take you down and we'll see what's going on down there. What Ash is up to. Can't really see him, he's behind the trees there, so we'll have a little walk down and see what he's up to. Right, so we'll go downstairs, get rid of all of the mess. That's our bath that'll be in up here on the third floor for me and Ash, which was an absolute bargain. I'd found on eBay back in the UK quite a few years ago. It was about 10 years ago. We had it in our old house, but the plug is one whole plug which lifts up, which is dead unusual, and it's massive. I think it's about I'm sure it's about 1.9 metres the bath, so it is a big one. So we'll have a little walk down and go and see Ash now. Got another little bath there. That's out of the cottage, so that'll be my mum and Tony's. But I'm just using that now for a layout for the bathrooms that are going to be on each of the suites. Just go around now to the walled garden. You can just see Ash there. And Patrick guiding him. Hello. You all right? What are you up to?
Trying to make the garden pretty again. It's going to take a bit of doing.
It is.
Definitely getting there.
Yeah, yeah.
Another marvellous piece of kit from our friends that we met when we first got over here. Probably the best tool I've bought so far. Hard work, but I'm going to look like Arnie after it, so it's all good.
Yeah. It's looking brilliant already. What have you done? Just one going over on it up to now?
It's had a couple, back and forward, zigzagging, just to chop it up and then to start pulling the root systems out.
Yeah.
So as you can see, these are massive bramble root systems that are spanning right the way around the whole of the garden. So it's just a case of trying to pull all the roots out so that we can actually get somewhere and have a lawn next year possibly, if we can get this right.
Yeah, it's good. We haven't really got any sort of like plan or design for this section at the moment, have we?
I don't mind doing the graft, but I'm not good with design and stuff, so I don't mind digging this out. If any of you guys have any ideas, if we've got any landscape gardeners want to look at some plans for us or give us some ideas of what we could do with it. We've not had a beautiful formal layout before, and I know Terry's going to want me to start digging, see if I can find any paths under this. So as soon as I've got somewhere near dug over and looking decent, then that'll be the next job. So yeah,
it'll be lovely to have like a nice formal garden here for guests
absolutely.
to come and sit and stuff.
Never mind for guests, for me. I like having a nice garden.
Yeah,
it's something I can be proud of, and like I said, it's something I'm good at, so I enjoy doing it. I can do this all day long. So
we've got quite a few fruit trees here as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got 3 cherry, 2 apple, 3 pear and 2 hazelnut in this little bit of the garden just here. So
like the 2 behind you, they're the cherry. Hopefully they'll come back.
Cherries there. They've been covered in brambles and ivy, and it took last year to actually pull all that off them. But they've obviously suffered with all the root systems. These are still massive under the ground. So it's going to be a case of getting them out so that they're not drawing nutrients away from these trees. And then we can start feeding the trees, we can start putting some bloodfish and bone around them just to start bringing them back again, give them a chance for next year and get some nice fruit. Yeah.
And I know we've got quite a few like big tree stumps and that we need to get out, haven't we?
Yep, and that's another job I'm working on. So
you're taking over Tracy from digging?
Research on killing tree stumps and how to get rid of them. And one of the ones we found was copper nails. So right now I've bought a kilo bag of copper nails that I'm going to be going around hammering all these tree stumps. And again, hopefully we'll be able to dig these out. It'll kill the root systems off and we'll be able to dig them out a bit easier.
Is there any that you've done at the minute, like?
I've done a few with some of the copper nails in, where they've been doing damage to structures and that on our back stairs, so
we'll have a look.
Dug them in.
Shows your handiwork.
It's not handiwork, it's a hammer and nails. So these are our favourite stairs in the whole of the chateau. They are pretty, but they're getting ruined. We've got trees growing out of them. Again, you can see these have been left for a good 20-30 years, but they're now starting to destroy the actual stairs themselves. So what we've done is we've treated it with a root and stump killer, but just to be on the safe side, we've popped some copper nails right the way around and through them, which we know will kill the roots off and allow us to actually safely remove it and hopefully be able to do something to repair these stairs. We've got another piece here that has literally cracked the stone. So again, we've made some very good stonemason friends So hopefully they'll be able to either come and help us fix it or tell us what we need to do to pin these back and keep these stairs for a long time, because another couple of years of these trees grown and these stairs wouldn't be here anymore.
Brilliant. Good. Well, I'll leave you get back to work.
Thanks.
I'll go and crack back on the third floor.
Well, enjoy.
You too.
See you in a bit.
You stay near Patrick. Right, I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Back to work. Some of you might know, and obviously, that we're missing a window and we're missing a door. Reason being is because we took those out for a carpenter to replicate what was there. So we're just waiting on getting those sorted, and then hopefully we can try and get them back in before winter. But it'd be fantastic to have the doors back the way they were. So all good. We'll crack back on work.
So I'm off on a little journey today. I've managed to escape from the chateau. There's only me on the journey today. It's about a 4-hour drive to where I'm off to, and I'm just off to see another chateau and their owner, which you might know. A few years back, I used to do reupholstery in my spare time, so I'd reupholster like old antique chairs that were falling to bits and bring them back. Give them a new lease of life. A lot of them I would cover in the Chateau fabrics by Angel Strawbridge, and then there was a couple that I'd done in my own design fabric as well, and you may have seen them on Facebook and stuff like that. But then I created one special chair, completely different from all the other ones, for this one Chateau owner. So I've been trying to deliver it for the last year and a half, but with COVID restrictions and distance and everything, it's been virtually impossible. So finally today, I'm planning the trip to get there, get it delivered, and hopefully see if they like it, and actually hopefully it'll be better than what they expected. They don't know anything about it, to be honest, the chair. It's a complete surprise. I've been speaking to some of the other people at the chateau and letting them know that I'm coming, and it's just going to be a complete surprise showing up with the chair, and hopefully, like I said, she'll be surprised with it. So on with the journey, and I'll see you in a bit. So I'm just getting back now from my day out to Château de Lalacelle, and it was fantastic to finally meet Stephanie and to finally deliver the chair as well. It's been a long time obviously waiting to do that, so it's been all good. Now we're just back at Lalacelle and get sorted because it's been a long day, a long drive as well. So, but you'll be able to see everything that's been going on today, so the chair and obviously Stephanie's reaction to it on her channel, and I'll put a link to that in the description for this video.
Well, here we are at the end of another busy week. Can't believe they're flying past at the moment.
I know, they are now, especially with the midweek updates as well
Yeah,
now for the
it's
cottage.
a bit too quick, I think. Oh God, Wednesday again. Oh God, we're Sunday again.
But yeah, but no, it's all been good this week. Obviously, it's been me mostly this week. Just cracking on with getting the bathrooms prepped for obviously all of the waste and water and stuff like that. We've got some builders over which is helping us do all of the pipe work for that, so I needed to get all the floors up because I wanted to save all the floors and relay them. Otherwise, obviously, they would have just been cut up just to get the pipes in.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
they were threatening chainsaws and
through the
steel
bottom.
saws. So,
You could
yeah.
see the fear in Terry's face. No!
well, I must admit, I wasn't fancy trying to patch some of those parquet floors when they've been sliced down the middle and diagonally and all over.
So you spend 2-3 days, probably,
Yeah,
maybe 4,
three days
pulling
obviously
the
pulling them
floors
up,
up.
and then we had to dig the pink bathroom out, the
Yes.
floor. We had to dig all that
Floor,
out, didn't
yeah.
we? And then
Strange where all that came from, right? I just
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
because
so
it wasn't
much
insulation;
rubble.
it was
Just rubble. I think what they do when they build these things is just
hide
fill it
them
up
under the
with
dirt.
floorboards. Literally.
you know, like when you're sweeping and you just dust it under. They've done it with rocks.
I hope you don't do that either.
No.
I haven't seen what's been going on in the cottage this week too much, so I'll have to double check.
When we do an update, we'll have a little look in the corners.
Yeah.
Um,
There was a lot of rubble.
yeah, and then we had to take that wall down as well,
Yes.
which was barely held up.
Yes. Yes, that one.
Strange
Yes.
goings on. That
It was.
Yeah.
I think. I think.
well, one good lean and it did come down.
It
But
did.
I was shaking it, and you were just
yes.
like, oh.
We better get that down. Yes.
So that came down all right.
And that was a bit of a trek. Bricks, carrying the bricks from the second floor.
Well, I had to
Down.
take, yeah, obviously you done the bricks from the second floor for that bathroom, but I had to bring all of the rubble from the third floor out of the cupboards
Yes.
that was in the bathroom.
Yes.
So I had to do a trek with all of that, which was a nightmare. And then our mum had to do the trek with all of the stones.
Bricks. Yeah.
Tony
There
got
were
Tony got out
bricks,
of that
Terry.
one.
There weren't
yeah,
stones. there were
I had a
bricks.
nice easy shift, just putting 2 floors down and the ceiling up.
Yeah. And then sunning it in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, I spent most of the week just in my bikini. So. My mankini, sorry. Yeah. Oh, secret's out.
No, you don't even want to think about that, please.
It'll be a Christmas card for you.
No. No.
Definitely make the blooper show, that one.
Yeah. But no,
So it's been busy.
It has. It's been really busy.
Busy again. Busy in the cottage. We've had to put a hold on the fire, just because we're waiting for a metal plate, aren't we? That goes between the chimney and the fire to fit it. So
fit it.
we'll
To
probably
seal-
be
to seal it.
a week behind with it now.
Yeah. It's just regulations
Yes.
over here, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
And we have to
you-
get it
we-
made. So that's
Yeah,
everything takes a week to get made.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get it at the end of next week, and then we'll get the fire
Yeah.
and start the week after. So,
Yeah.
so that's just that's the way
It's
it'll
only
go.
an extra week.
Yeah. So it's
We
not-
can manage that.
We can. Yeah.
It gives me a week to finish off some more jobs that I haven't told anyone aren't finished yet.
No. We didn't do any filming for it, but we also took the stove that we've got to go in the grand salon in the Chateau.
Yes.
So we haven't filmed that, but we'll be able to do you an update because I'd bought it offline, and my mum and Tony went and collected it, and I had no idea if it was going to fit in the fireplace or not. I just bought it, so we carried it
It
over.
fits within about a millimetre.
Yeah.
It was one of
it's
those.
lucky that the taper on the fireplace
Yeah.
bricks wasn't an inch closer at the back, otherwise it wouldn't go in.
I'd done my measurements. I was
Yeah.
like, and then walked over
We-
to the Chateau.
Yeah. With a shoestring.
It was a funny old trip that. We got there and we saw the fire and I thought, we can't pick that up.
No.
Luckily, the woman who was selling it was in her 80s. And
She was stronger than me.
she made Tracy look.
Move out of the way.
How is this? Get out of the way.
It was unbelievable.
God.
So yeah, that was it. It's been a story right through that fire.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
It'll look good when you get when we get some footage of it,
yeah,
Yeah.
because the way it just
We're
the colours
hoping-
just
yeah.
blend in great with that original fireplace.
We're hoping to get that in because we've ordered the plates for every chimney. Hopefully the one in the salon will be in by
Same time.
next week, the
Yeah.
same time, you know, so we'll have that going as well.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, fingers
Yeah.
crossed. So,
Because we have ordered, that's why it's taken
So-
so long, because we've ordered 1, 2, 3, 4,
Five
5 plates.
6.
Mm.
We've got
Five
5
at
in the Chateau and 1 in
and
yours.
one-
That's why
Yeah.
it's taken so long.
Yeah, so. But no, but it's all good.
Yes, exciting.
Yeah.
Ash has got some business sorting out UK things, so he's a bit busy at the moment. That's why we haven't killed him. Not
No,
yet.
I buried him.
mind you,
He's got some business to sort out for the UK, so
Yeah.
He's
That's why
sorting
it's
that
only
out.
the 3 of us and Sasha. So,
Sasha's doing a sterling job of sitting in.
yeah, yeah,
She's a bit quieter than Ash, but prettier.
definitely. And she smells better.
yeah.
Sorry, Ash.
Okay.
But I'll let you finish off, Tone.
Yeah.
Right, so as usual, we hope you've enjoyed this week's fun and games, and if you have, please click like and subscribe to the channel, and all the details should be on the screen below us again if things are going to plan.
Should
Okay.
be. In,
We'll see you on Wednesday.
just in front of our nice little
Halloween
autumn display.
Yes, our Halloween display. We'll have pumpkins next time.
Yeah. But no, thank you very much.
Okay, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah,
Mhm.
for a little update.
Yeah,
See you Wednesday.
plenty to tell.
Bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.